Okay, so I had a funny, interesting dream last night, and it had a few celebrity cameos. We always love a good celeb cameo. But what had happened was I was outside meditating, chilling and things. But at first I was outside by myself. For some odd reason, I was picking my nose, like digging for gold. And I don't do that in public. That's how I know. That's how I know. I'm like, what is going on? So, yeah. I was picking my nose, looking for treasure and finding gold. So I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? And I'm just outside minding my business, and these two dudes walk up. One of them was a light skin with some good hair, and he's smiling and cheesing. Was like, oh, you look nice. Was trying to get to know you and this, that, and 10. And he tried to shake my hand. I say, oh no, baby, I just been picking at my nose. I wouldn't want you to. I have to clean my hands. And then the other guy that was with him, he came up from the other side, like trying to give me a hug. Like, yeah, they thought they was going. They're like, oh, you can't shake hand. Well, give me a hug. I'm like, nah, I prefer not to hug. Leave it at that. But the other guy is a guy that I went to school with, and yeah, he was just like, trying to be friendly. I was like, I'm not having that. I was like, but I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna wash my hands and I'll be back. So I went inside the house to go wash my hands, and when I come back outside, I left my phone out there with my folder and my yoga mat and stuff like that. I left that outside in my little spot. So so I come back outside and it's Kendrick Lamar. And I'm like, oh, thank greatness I washed my hands. And I gave him a hug and this, that, and the 10. And the energy just be different when you know that people ain't, negative. And that's kind of how I was like feeling. I'm like, okay, he ain't shit, so I could give him a hug. But them other two, I knew that they ain't had nothing good up their sleeves, so I wasn't even trying to exchange energies with them. So instead of me lying, I guess the fact that I was picking my nose and all that was like, okay, well, we'll just tell the truth, and the truth is going to get you out this uncomfortable situation. Just tell the truth. The truth will get you out of these uncomfortable situations. And so that's another life lesson I've been learning. Tell the truth, because the truth gonna get you out these uncomfortable situations. And I have a lot of truth. Like, I don't be sitting there going around lying, but I also don't be going around throwing my business out and just like blabbing to whoever gonna listen. So I try to be very discreet in my person. So yeah, he comes in, Kendrick, and we just chopping it up, getting to know life and things of that nature. And what happened? Oh yeah, I grabbed my tablet, and it's not the tablet that I usually be like doing all my other stuff in. It was a tablet with like drawings and stuff like that. So, but it was my brother's tablet before, so he had some of his old drawings in there, which is funny because my brother haven't drawn in years. So it was just like, okay. Anyways, back to the story. So yeah, was just my little doodlings and this, that, and one of the pictures he turned to was my brother's. It was a picture of Lil Wayne, and he was like, "Oh, I like that. You really tell." I say, "No, that's not my drawing, but I do appreciate it. I'm sure he'll appreciate the compliment." So I showed him my chicken scratch of my drawings. Because I'm always doodling, but it's not like perfection, but it's professional. Is what I feel, and it's how I express, and I be okay with my mess. So yeah, we was discussing that and this down to 10, and then one of these random girls, I guess we were like homegirls or whatnot, but it was probably somebody that I knew from the past, because right now I currently don't have any female friends, or I don't think any friends at all that I have access to. But yeah, so she was like, oh, Chris Brown said he was gonna leave me his shirt, and he was gonna he was gonna give me his shirt. Have y'all seen a shirt around here? And at first we didn't see a shirt, so I'm helping her look for it, and there's this shirt in this shopping cart, like just a random balled up gray shirt in the shopping cart, and it looked like something he would wear. It was like a gray, like a smoky gray shirt with red writing and a big red skull on it, and stuff like that. And I gave it to her. She opened it, seeing that it was like a man's big shirt and this and that, so she got excited about it. And Kendrick is still right there, but he ends up getting a phone call, and he gets a phone call feeling all like it's looking urgent. So he stepped to the side, he answers this, he gets this phone call, step to the side, and it's like the expression of urgent, the energy of urgency. So he gets off the phone, and he was like, man, they just dropped off some weapons of mass destruction in this certain city. But he didn't say where. He was just like, man, I gotta go, this and that. And I was like, okay, interesting. I was like, well, that was cool. It was nice to see you, nice to know you. And then before I woke up, I don't know if I was seeing the person that he was on the phone with, because it was like he was talking to some cops. It was like he was connected to like officials. So he was just like, he was like, I'm gonna have to, chop it up a little later. I was like, okay, cool. And we left it at that. Homegirl still at the back, all excited about a goddamn t-shirt. And then I end up just like, before I woke up, I seen like this random white guy, and I'm like, okay, what was that about? And I don't know if that was like the person he was on the phone with, or if like, I know he has security, but I don't think any of his security was like right there in the time. So like, that was just random that I seen him, and then I woke up. So yeah, that was the dream. And it was just like, now what in the earth was that? I was of course excited to see my best friend, but other than that, I'm like, what was that? Like, interesting, right? Yeah, real interesting. But